How you doing, comic book community? It's time to get into your hottest comic books that piqued collectors' interest this week. Let's get into it. You know, we're talking about CBSI, comicbookinvest.com. They put out a Hot 10 comics list every single Friday. They kick us the list a little early so that we can make this video for the comic book community. So hit that subscribe button. We don't want you to miss out on any of our content. And let's jump into this list at number 10. Number 10 on the list, we have Henchgirl, number 1. This book, seeing spikes to $40 to $50 this week, written by Kristen Gudsnuck. This book came out back in 2015 originally as a webcomic. It was then picked up by Scout Comics. We've heard about them a little bit over this past year, putting out things like The Mall and other issues that have been optioned as of late. Well, this book then was compiled by Dark Horse Comics and released as a graphic novel. Recent rumors of this story being optioned has spiked this book up, and it's a pretty interesting read. Kristen actually first published this book independently and brought it to conventions. So keep an eye out for the non-Scout published number 1. This book is very hard to find, very low print count, rumored to be under 500, and one recently sold for what appears to be above $500. So there's some people who are speculating on this run, and it's probably because it's pretty good. Paying the bills has never been so hard. I mean, especially when you have to work for a super villain like this lead character does in this book. Coming on the list at number 9, we have The Boys, number 1. Haven't seen this book make the list in almost a year. I haven't seen interest in this run really since it peaked back when announcements were made at New York City Comic Con in 2018. This number 1 has seen spike ups again to $35 to $40 after the trailer released on Amazon. Now, this story done by Garth Ennis is amazing. It's really good, and it actually has a conclusion. So if you're looking for like a solid run of books, I think there's 72 issues in this story, you're in for a treat. It follows what you wish Suicide Squad would have been. Check out the trailer. It's gruesome, it's very mature, and it's definitely dark. Aside from issue number 1, you want to keep an eye out for issues number 2, number 3, and issue number 24. This is a run with a ton of character development and a lot of new characters that are introduced. And it's in these issues you see the most amount of first appearances, well, more than the rest, that is. And all of these issues are going to guide for under $10, and you can find them in dollar bins. All right, coming on the list at number 8 now, we have, to nobody's surprise, Oblivion Song number 1, that pink secret variant done by the great Robert Kirkman. Now, this was actually number 1 on the list last week, and to no surprise, this book has spiked up even more to $35 strong. Now, this is no surprise because, take a look at all of these members in the community finding this book for cheap. This is being flipped quickly, and members are going to their local comic shops and digging them out of dollar bins, finding it for cover price, and actually finding a lot of these pink signatures. Now, Russ made a comment last week that he thought there was a bit of a collation problem. It was a little sporadic on who got this pink secret variant. You like to think that there is some type of ratio that's consistent between comic stores. It didn't seem like it. And CBSI even notated on the list this week that there are rumors because Oblivion Song didn't actually sell out. Shops hit the reorder button rather than getting just standard copies. They were refilling orders with this pink signature variant, alluding to what Russ pointed out. Maybe they stocked up on pink variants and didn't release this amount that they were supposed to. Regardless, this is the variant to get, and people are stocking up because, well, they believe in Kirkman and they think that this show has legs. Now I'm going to kick it over to my homie Russ, who is my comic shop guy, to tell you about number 7 on the list.
Number 7 this week should be no surprise. We have Venom number 3, third print, first appearance of Null. Knoll? Null. I still like it with the K. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Let us know whether you think it's Null or Knoll. But Donny Cates is coming back to Venom really soon, and we know there's a lot going on with this villain. A third print of this book has gone from $6 to $15 plus in a matter of a week. Wow, I hope you got yours.
Hey, I appreciate that, Russ. We'll get you back here in a second because we got to talk about number 6 on the list. We have Warlord of Mars, issue number 21. This is the Lucio Porrillo variant, a 1 in 15 variant that, holy smokes, is this stunning? Is it gorgeous? And is it going for a lot of money? It started out when it hit the shelves at right around $12, respectively. Then it creeped up to $20, then $30. Right now, I'm looking at peak sales at $70. It's being listed for $80 plus. Now, good luck finding the virgin variant of this issue. I couldn't even find it on eBay. And you know what? If I wanted to show you, I probably couldn't on the screen. Shout out to all my fathers out there with their kids watching. And I'm just going to leave it at this. There are a lot of other Warlord of Mars risque covers that I would show you on the screen, but I'll leave it up to you to go find them. They're stunning, they're for the private collection, and they are valuable. All right, halfway through the list, and you know we got Donny Cates on deck.
Number 5 this week, another one of those Donny Cates fantastic books, and yet again, another one to do with Null, Knull, Silver Surfer Black, number 1, the second print variant. This spoiler variant had buzz. I can tell you that all of my patrons that support me over on Patreon were buzzing. They were trying to pick up as many copies, and I ordered as many as I could, and a good amount of them did actually get it. This book came out 3 days ago and is going for $15 to $20 right now. We're going to see what happens with Donny Cates and Null in the new Venom verse and everything with Silver Surfer Black, but it's a good time. If you're not on this train, you should jump on it. If you need an LCS or want MilGeek Comics as your LCS, your local comic shop, we can help you out. We have an online ordering system, and all of our comics come bagged and boarded at no extra charge to you. Join our Patreon. Link is in the bio.
I appreciate that, Russ. Number 4 on the list here, we got to chat about because we are 2 weeks away, a little less than 2 weeks away from Spider-Man Far From Home hitting the theaters. Spider-Man Far From Home is going to mark the ending of Phase 3, and we already know so much about this movie. We know we got Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio, and with these trailers that are dropping, with the movie so close, we are seeing all-time record highs for Amazing Spider-Man issue number 13, the first appearance of Mysterio. This book, at 9.0, was going for a strong $5,500 at record peak sales. Now, $6,500. We see 9.2s now going for what 9.0s used to go for, which was $6,500, now going for $8,500. That's $2,000 in gains because of this movie. It's an awesome character. It's a classic Spider-Man villain, and this is just some Silver Age goodness that could go in any collection, movie or not. Now, with the movie coming so close, I wanted to take a look at some of the other keys that we have been watching this past year. I feel like it's fitting to talk about them now. And the first one that comes to mind is Molten Man, ASM 28. Now, we saw 8.0s hitting $1,500 this past couple months, and now a 9.0 has recently hit $3,800. We don't know if this is going to be a facade, if this is an actual full-fledged villain, but is being marketed as one, and we are seeing speculation happen because of that. Another book to keep an eye out for is that ASM 212, because we also have Hydro Man making an appearance in this film. Again, facade, Mysterio trick, I don't know, but the book has seen some gains. What kind of gains? Well, we're seeing prices between $350 and $375 strong for 9.8s, and this is actually a fairly affordable key book, so a lot of members in the community are aggressively buying this book. Because it's more affordable, we're seeing it actually show more of a demand than that first appearance of Molten Man. Pretty interesting. All right, Russ, can you help us out with number 3?
Number 3 this week, Inhumans number 5, Volume 2. This is the first appearance of Yelena Bulova, who is rumored to be the new Black Widow in the new Marvel movie universe. This is interesting news because people were trying to speculate how they would bring back Scarlett Johansson as Natasha Romanoff. As you know, Yelena Bulova was the successor to Natasha Romanoff, but they weren't always friends. There was a good amount of time where they fought each other. So you can find her in Inhumans number 5, Volume 2, Her first appearance is going for $40 to $45 currently. And if you're looking for more Yelena Bulova goodness, you should check out Greg Rucka's Black Widow Marvel Max run from 2002. Again, a fantastic run with great covers by Greg Horn.
Coming back at the list here at number 2, we definitely have a book that's so hot, it's gonna likely give you third-degree burns. We have Red Sonja, The Birth of the She-Devil #1. This is the Conca 1 in 500 variant. It's gorgeous, and like many Red Sonja covers, I feel like this is one of those times where a variant makes the list, and we need to not just shun away from the fact that it's an exclusive variant. We need to not just as a community go, oh yeah, this is just another variant, let's look at the next number on the list. No. Red Sonja variants have seen so many spikes this past year that we have to stop and give credit when credit's due. The Sean and Meyer variant, it's not even out yet, and it's pre-selling for $100. I was talking about the New York City Comic Con variant last year hitting $60, and I just checked prices right now, and they're still hitting $60. Red Sonja has a strong following, and when you get artists who are just killing it in the field drawing her, the books pop, the variants sell for good money, and it's a good investment and addition to anyone's collection. And I'm not just saying that as a Conan and Red Sarah fan. All right, number 1 on the list. This is the hottest comic book of the week. And you know what? I have been watching this book rise up in value this whole month, and I'm not surprised seeing it here. We have Giant Size Defenders issue number 3 making the list. The first appearance of the living computer, Michael Korvac. Why is this making the list? Well, you know what? We have speculators who are driving this price up because of recent leaks. Is it leaks? Rumors on Reddit from pretty reputable leakers that we may be seeing an appearance of Michael Korvac in the next Captain Marvel movie. Now, whether or not Michael Korvac is going to make a long-lasting appearance in the MCU in Phase 4, it's going to depend on how he's utilized in Captain Marvel 2, whether or not they decide to place this movie before Avengers Endgame or after. If we see this character introduced between Captain Marvel 1 and Avengers Endgame, it's likely so that we see some type of heel turn and then Phase 4 appearance that will likely cause this book to spike that much more. How much more, you might wonder? Well, we're already seeing record sales at 9.4s hitting $525. Now, if you're wondering who is this Michael Korvac, the living computer, he's essentially the biggest case of employee harassment that has ever happened. In a dystopian future where Earth is taken over by aliens, we have our first traitor to the human race, Michael Korvac, who is a whiz on the computer and decides to do some work for the alien race to help them take over humanity. And when he's found sleeping on the job, I mean, they're having him work really long hours, they decide to do what they feel is, something that's gonna keep him on his toes. They decide to cut his legs off and fuse him with the computer. That's right, he's a cyborg now, goes off into space, he's purple, and he's causing a ruckus. Is Michael Korvac, the living computer, going to be the next Thanos? Is Giant Size Defenders issue 3 the next Iron Man 55? Will we begin to see this book make spikes that we've never seen before? Well, it's already starting to happen, and if it continues, we'll be the first to be reporting on it. If you found any value to this video, I really appreciate it if you hit that like. And I want to give a big shout out to CBSI comicbookinvest.com for producing such great content every week for the comic book community. Shout out to Comics and Designs, who won last week's giveaway of Batman Mask of Phantasm, that first print graphic novel that made the list. Make sure to comment down below in today's video to enter to win a copy of some Silver Age Turok goodness. We had some Comic Karma come and just fill our show with so much joy, and you can check that video out at Comic Karma 101, our second YouTube channel where we do a lot of unboxings and fun community-driven stuff. Thanks so much, comic book community. You give me the best job in the world, and as always, geek responsibly. Enough said. Thanks so much for watching this video today, Comic Fam. Sorry it took me a little extra time to get it out. Shout out to Daniel Arizola, who donated this amazing Mysterio print for us to print out to send to you in the mystery mail call. We are currently taking enrollment for July, and every single July member is going to get this amazing print. Thanks so much to all of the members. You help support our show, and you keep us fed and keep us growing. So we do appreciate you. Link is in the bio to join the community, comictom101.com.